Hey, what's up guys? So we are going to be doing another episode of cards that never made it, meaning cards that were expensive when they first came out, whether it would be sneak peek or a few weeks after that, and then, they just went down to like $5 because Paint Painter is basically, I don't even know why it says it's $7 at low. It's like maybe I'll trade it for a high five. But realistically, yeah, Paint Painter never took off, but it was an expensive card, believe it or not, when it came out. And it was kind of due to a ruling. If you guys didn't know, back in the day, when pretty much when Gen Force and like Plants was kind of like the most popular deck, Tour Guide had a ruling where if you would go to Tour Guide into Sangan and you would overlay, and then you would detach Sangan, you would get Sangan's effect, because that's just how it was ruled. But they shortly changed the ruling after, and that really hurt zombies. But zombies, believe it or not, were actually going to be very high tier. Pretty much it was because of Blue-Blooded Oni plus Zombie Master and Goblin Zombie. Like, you could have some pretty nasty combos and you would not lose any hand advantage. But we'll talk about these cards in a moment. I kind of want to talk about Paint Painter because he's the card we're supposed to be talking about. So his effect is, while it's face up on the field, its name is treated as Plague Spur Zombie, and once per turn you can target up to 2 face-up zombie type monsters you control. Except for this card, they become level 2 until the end phase, and you can only use them for a synchro type of a zombie type synchro monster. But that said, I'm kind of curious, why can't you it says up to 2 face-up zombie monsters except this card, but he's already level 2. I just don't understand why they decided to do that. But that said, let's figure out, what can you really use Paint Painter for? Now, there's Archfiend Zombie Skull, there's Revive King Hades, and there is Doomkaiser Dragon. All those require Plague Spur Zombie. So maybe Plague Spur Zombie is really good, right? And maybe because Plague Spur Zombie is at 1, which I think if Plague Spur went to 2 right now, I don't think it would really have an impact on the game. To summon Plague Spur, it's kind of -1 anyways. But that said, Doomkaiser Dragon was the only real card that required Plague Spur Zombie that saw any play. And this was during the format of like Lightsworn, Blackwings, and Zombies. Those were kind of like the top tier decks at the moment. And Doomkaiser Dragon was the only one that that required Plague Spur Zombie that realistically saw any play. But yeah, he was used in the mirror match, or sometimes if you play against Lightsworn was main decking Plague Spur Zombie. You could just get back your opponent's Plague Spur Zombie if they mill it. So that was a pretty good way to use Doomkaiser Dragon. Let's check out Revive King Hades. He's got 0 defense. Book of Moon, I'm pretty sure when this card was out, Book of Moon was at 3. Yeah, 0 defense is really the downside to Revive King Hades. He has an okay effect though. Got decent attack, but not huge in attack. But he is also level 6, and Bryanak at that time was like the key card to make. Bryanak, believe it or not, was at 3 at one time. But here's Archfiend Zombie Skull. I think that Paint Painter is kind of a card that you can really use to get out Archfiend Zombie Skull a lot faster, because realistically, getting out Archfiend Zombie Skull is kind of hard to do. He's the level 6, and he requires Plague Spur Zombie plus 2 or more non-tuner zombie type monsters. Usually it's just 1 tuner plus like a non-tuner, 1 or more non-tuner, but he requires 2 or more non-tuner zombie types. So that means the other 2 monsters, pretty much need to be level 2 each, or a level 3 and a level 1, because Plague Spur Zombie, or this card, which is treated as Plague Spur Zombie, would be level 2. So that said, it makes the ability to get out Archfiend Zombie Skull a lot faster, but realistically, what does that do? Not much. But yeah, when Paint Painter first came out, it was about 30 bucks, and there's a lot of great cards in Generation Force, which is the set that this card came out in. We had this is the time where I think we only had 3 Exceeds. Before Generation Force, we had Utopia, we had Grenosaurus, and then we had Gachi. And then once Generation Force came around, there was Leviathan Dragon, Leviair, and Steelstorm Roach. And then also, Orient Dragon came out in there. He's not an Exceed monster, but he was a card that a lot of people were kind of going after as well. But, this card, I feel like it did see some play, though, because Plants at the time was a really popular deck, and this card was, okay against Plants. Sometimes when they make a Trishula, like, you need to get over that huge attack, and Orient Dragon allowed you to do that. But realistically, Paint Painter didn't really do anything for the deck, even when they had the Exceed ruling. I just didn't really see anyone make use of Paint Painter and like top with it. Zombies topped a long time ago. I don't think zombies have topped in quite some time. There was a Zombie Monarch deck that topped, but then I don't know if anyone like tried that Zombie Monarch deck that topped. But yeah, the reason why zombies were actually going to be good, I'll explain why. It's with Blue-Blooded Oni, Goblin Zombie, and Zombie Master. And this was because of the XYZ ruling that when you detached from the field, they got their effects. So when Goblin Zombie was used as material, and you detach Goblin Zombie, you would get Goblin Zombie's effect, and you'd usually search out like Zombie Master. And you can kind of do this little combo. So the combo was basically Zombie Master, And then Zombie Master, you can Zombie Master into like another Zombie Master. You can discard like Golem Zombie or something like that. But basically, you want to have as many Zombie Masters as possible, and you can like OTK really fast in this deck, depending on how many Zombie Masters you have. Or you have Mizuki in the grave, and you can just really quickly get a Zombie Master out of the grave. But yeah, basically all you do is you would overlay like Zombie Master and this would be an example. So you overlay Golden Zombie and Zombie Master. It doesn't really matter what you overlaid for, because then you would use Blue Blood and Oni's effect, and then you would detach material. You would usually detach something like Goblin Zombie, and then you would get Goblin Zombie's effect to search, as well as Blue Blood and Oni's effect to special summon a level 4 zombie type monster in your graveyard. And then you can get something like Zombie Master back, and then you could discard whatever you added with Goblin Zombie, and then you can kind of just keep on spamming Exceeds on the field. And it was actually pretty nasty. The deck was actually pretty decent. I did play against it at a small tournament, and the deck was pretty good, but I was playing Monarchs at that time, and Caius just wrecks. Yeah, Caius is pretty good against against zombies in general, because most of them are dark. I believe Pyramid Turtle is Earth, though. But yeah, most of them are dark, so Monarchs kind of have a good advantage on that, especially if you need, like, Tribute for Caius. But yeah, Pain Painter just never took off as a card, and I don't blame it for not taking off. I mean, it didn't really have a place. I don't think even if Plex Predator went to 2, I don't think it would do anything to zombies. If Mizuki went to 2, that would kind of give the zombies a little bit more of a push. But yeah, I want to give a shout out to Rohseans for mentioning this card from our last episode of Cards That Never Made It. So if you'd like a shout out just like Rohseans is getting, and you guys can check him out if you want to. But yeah, let me know in the comment section below a card that was expensive when it came out that never really made it. It didn't take off as far as the meta. No one really played it at all, and didn't really do anything. I have previous episodes of this if you want to check them out. I'll put them in the description box below, because I think it's cool to see some of these cards that were kind of overhyped. Like when they came out, people were really excited, they were expensive, and then they just kind of flopped. No one really just cared for them. No one really played them. But anyways, yeah, if you'd like a shout out just like Rohseans, let me know in the comment section below a card that came out that was expensive. I'm looking at $20 range and up. Mostly like secret rares, but you're more than welcome to throw in any rarity if you think a card was really expensive and it just never really did anything for the meta. Let me know in the comment section below. But thanks for watching. Asian Eyes signing out.